Mr. Josh here, and welcome to the Kool School. Look around. Does this place look familiar? I bet it looks like at least one of the classes you've been in before, but it's not. This place is different. It's a TV set. And from now on, we're gonna start taking everything that you're learning in school, and we're gonna make it cool.
Because learning shouldn't be so rough.
Now we get it, school can be tough.
Kool School. Let's go to Kool School.
Let me ask you something. Do you think you can achieve your dreams one day? I sure hope that you take advantage of all of the opportunities that this country has to offer. But do you know what our country's made up of? From a government standpoint, I mean. You may not, so that's what today's episode's gonna be all about. This is us, our government.
Governments are the governing body of nations, states, or communities. You'll learn more as you get older.
It has 3 branches, and today we're gonna learn what the functions of each of them are. The first branch of the government is called the legislative branch.
535 people work here, and they're called legislators. They think of laws they believe will make our country better.
Think of it this way. Someone thinks of laws before they actually become real. Now, do you know who thinks of the laws in your house? Because I used to know who thought of them in mine when I was a kid.
Joshua, are you eating after 8 o'clock?
No.
Are you telling the truth?
Yes. My parents were the legislators in our house. They thought of laws that my brother, sister, and I didn't always like. It's important to remember the legislatures propose laws. They don't make them become real. It has to move on to our next branch of government for that. So for now, just remember,
The legislative branch makes laws.
Yay! All right!
the executives are the next branch.
Yay!
This is where the president, vice president, and the cabinet work. Let's take a look at what each of their jobs are. The president is also called the head of state. They're the person who can sign bills from legislatures into law, which makes their fingers as good as gold. You know, the cool thing about being president is that you can say things that inspire people like, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. Don't you feel inspired? The vice president supports the president. They're like the president's key advisor or second brain. The vice president is also the primary officer of the Senate, which is made up of this.
The Senate is made up of 100 senators. 2 representatives from each state hold seats.
The executives in your house are the same people who set the rules. And once they set them, you kind of have to figure out a way to live with them. Or else, stuff like this happens.
Slamming the door at little Josh's house was not allowed, but
Okay, I'll see you guys later. Okay, just be sure not to slam the door. I won't. Hey, I said don't slam the door, boy. Whoops, sorry. Joshua, you're grounded again and forever this time. Life's not always fun and games, son. I used to think that was so much fun, even though I did get in trouble. I got grounded pretty much forever. In fact, I think Mr. Josh is still grounded as a grown-up. No, I'm not. Yes, he is. No, I'm not. He is. Anyway, it's important to remember that the president can sign bills into law.
the executive branch carries out laws.
Boys and girls, the last branch of government is all about justice. I introduce to you the judicial branch. And here's how it works. So, you were texting in class after your teacher told you not to, huh? And now, that's not very nice, is it? Now, what do you think the punishment should be for that? What's that I hear? Oh, I should take your cell phone away for a week. You know, I couldn't agree more, because there's nothing like a kid who understands that breaking the rules have consequences. So you'd rather talk in class than pay attention, huh? What do you think we should do about that? Oh, what's that I hear? You don't want to do anything after school for 2 whole weeks? Not even social network? You know, I just love a kid who understands that breaking the rules have consequences. So, it looks like you've got good behavior and good grades. Well, I think you should be rewarded for that. So, let's throw a party. And I mean a real party. Invite family, friends, celebs, you name it, because I really do believe that good kids should be rewarded. So, if that sounds like you, go ahead and give yourselves a pat on the back. Because boys and girls, you are one step closer to living the good life. And that is something to be proud of.
The judicial branch evaluates laws.
You may wonder why our government is so complex. Well, each of these 3 branches exist to make sure that everyone's opinions are valued equally. If you remember what you learned today, you'll be one step ahead of passing your government test when you get older. But for now, if you have any questions on anything that you're learning in social studies, feel free to ask your awesome teachers. Or you can always email us here at the Kool School at info@helpforyouth.us. Join us for another episode of the Kool School. And until then, remember to study hard, have fun, be creative, and of course, keep it cool.
Since 1999, Mr. Josh has been working as a teacher and educational entertainer. His work has spanned across 46 states and 2 continents, hopefully impacting thousands of students. He's facilitated STEM programs for youth at Johns Hopkins University and Harvard University. His mission is for students to enjoy learning.